Welcome back, everyone, to Europa Universalis 4. This is episode 2, as I continue playing Britannia, which I started all the way back in 1066 on Crusader Kings 3. If you did not see either the first episode all the way through the end of CK3 or the first episode of this series, both links are in the description below. They can take you back so you can get caught up with where things are to this point. It is 1452. And I've been looking at wanting to move my capital back here to London right now. It's over here. Now, here's the problem. I cannot move my capital out of territory that is in the Holy Roman Empire as long as I am a part of the Holy Roman Empire. So in order to move my capital to London, I've got to leave the Holy Roman Empire, which kind of makes sense anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I would no longer be a part of that. Now what I need to do is move my capital. I don't know if I have the points to do that right now. 230, so I guess I actually do. So we've moved our capital to London. The culture there is Essexian. And I don't know if I want to change the culture to Rhenish. Rhenish seems to be the capital because that's where our capital was. Or the culture, that's because that's where our capital was. That's fine. I didn't want to hire all of those guys anyway. All right. Looks like we are entering the Renaissance. It's 1453. Since the 14th century, the wealthy and powerful in the Italian city-states have been patronizing artists and scholars willing to explore the old Roman and Greek societies of their forefathers. So it's kind of a rebirth of those Roman and Greek societies. And so as we enter the Renaissance, I don't know exactly what that's going to mean. For us, I would expect we will be at the forefront of those things. Okay, so we're looking at accepted cultures and non-accepted cultures. Our primary culture right now is Rhenish, which is in the Germanic group. Obviously, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense when we are Britannia, which is primarily not in Germany. 24% of our people are of the English culture, so we're going to promote that culture to accepted status. Scottish will be next. We're going to do the same thing with them. Those are our two primary cultures. We're going to recall our diplomat from Portugal as we have hit the max that we can do there. So hopefully that's going to help us a lot. While I don't necessarily need the bonus to the morale of my navies, I do like the idea that for 1.65 gold monthly, I can get this +1 diplomatic skill. So that is something I am willing to make happen. Because our diplomatic skill is pretty poor. It was only 4. So that +1 is a significant boost for little investment. Okay, we've got some separatists rising up in part of the Byzantine Empire, which of course we control in a personal union, so we're going to have to send some troops over there to deal with that. I've only got a couple of armies that are of that size, neither of whom are anywhere near where we need them to be, so I don't exactly know how we're going to get them there except by sea. And of course that means we're going to have to invest in actually having our army available, so I don't know what we're going to do here. I almost feel like just letting them go. So independence, I think I'll just accept their demands. Let them have it. I don't care. We're looking at possible rebels here. I think we're going to go ahead and do something to handle these guys. Oh, we can boost our stability. Let's do that. We have a vacancy in a high position in the church administration of London. There's a churchman from a rich family who's made an offer. I'll take the money. I don't care about the papal influence so much right now. Alright, we had a stability drop, and the reason why is because our emperor died. Bernhard Greenhill is our new emperor. He's better than the previous one, Werner, anyway. So that's actually some good news as far as things go. Now we've got 11, 8, and 8, which is significantly higher than what we had before. That's going to be a nice step up. Now, we do not have a legal heir, so we're going to have to work on that. Get ourselves a child going somewhere. Royal marriage offer from Croatia. Sure, why not? The ascension of Bernhard has been less than well received by the Rhenish people. They consider his manners foreign and strange. While some distrust to a new ruler is only natural, it seems that for the time being our new emperor will mostly have supporters at court, where he surrounds himself with Bavarian friends from foreign lands. Alright, not a problem. Things are going pretty well at the moment. I just wish we could get ourselves an English ruler, but did we inherit some property over here? I don't remember Anjou being part of things, but maybe it was. We're currently making 13.5 a month in income. We've got a nice flow of income right now, so I've got to look at ways to invest that. See what we might do there without, you know, if we raise up our army maintenance all the way back to where it should be, we'll still be in the plus, so that's good. Ouch, this is going to hurt. The state has lived off the contributions of the nobles for a long period of time. Now the country is doing well, so the nobility is eager to get their cut of the cake. I can ignore them. I'll lose 10 loyalty to the nobility and 1 stability. But if I pay them off, I'm going to ignore them. But I'm going to look at increasing our stability. Anyway, I'm also looking at ways to reduce the nobility. We've got to do something to improve. Nobility, land rights. I don't want to lose any more crown land, though. Man, this sucks having to try and please these people. Alright. We'll get 5 loyalty bonus to all of them. Who's the worst right now? It's the nobility. We're going to accept their proposal. Compete to conquest of the Loire Valley agenda. Oh boy. Alright, we're going to have to use some of our administrative capabilities to boost our stability back up a little bit. Not really anything else I can do to reduce things at the moment. Rumors say that sailors came back from a trip sick like hell, and the ones who didn't die on board infested the whole of Cork with their disease. It's time to act before the whole country dies from coughing and cold sweat. So Cork's over here in the south of Ireland. Quarantine the port and let them die. It is not the first flu in our country. I don't care. Quarantine. Keep her from getting worse. It's almost 14:55. Let's take a look and see. We don't have enough to do anything there. We don't have any advisors here at the moment. We're getting closer to being able to level up our military. We're not there yet, though. It's going to take until we get to 1,008, which is the max we can have. I don't know how much we need to promote to the next level, though. There's an idea here. Build buildings, which will boost our tax income by 10 and give us 50 administrative power, but we have to have at least 5 churches and 5 workshops. We're not quite there yet. Where else can we build a church? We've got 2 churches so far. So I'm just looking for places where we can get the max bonus to tax income by building those churches. So it doesn't seem like there's any great spots over there. Oh, we have 3 churches. Okay, we've got one there too. So that'll give us 4. I'm going to try to keep these buildings in Britain if possible. And how about there? That'll give us 5. So here's the actual technology, and we need admin technology to be at 6 before we can build workshops. So we've got a while for that anyway. We're not even on our way to 5. Military technology will hit 5 when we get to 615 power. We have 530 right now. Looks like in about a year we'll have enough to level that technology up. Alright, we have a new heir. He's not particularly good, but we're going to give him a good English name, Edward. The succession is safe. Alright, in order to complete our current nobility quest, in order to build them up a little bit, they're at 42% right now, which is not great. They want us to complete a conquest of the Loire Valley, which would be mine and terrain. So we're going to look into a war with France, who's one of our natural rivals anyway. Obviously, we have the largest army, but what we're going to need to do is start moving our army into position over here. Get our navy ready to go. Make sure that we are investing everything we need to in maintenance for those army and navy forces, and we'll still have a nice balance, and then we will be ready to go to war. We're going to need some generals, so let's go ahead and recruit a few generals for our main armies. The Army of Ireland here is going to be able to go right into France and start attacking when the time comes. There we go. So we'll have those 2 main armies with troops. I'm sending my main squadron of my navy back from the Mediterranean up here so they can transport these guys down. Okay, let's go ahead and declare war. That is our main conquest desire. They've got some allies. Not too worried about that. We can call the Papal State on our side, which is obviously going to make a big difference. I don't think we can call anybody else at the moment. Let's do it. We're going to move that army in over here. We're going to move this army in over here. I'm going to slow things down a little bit just because it's going to get kind of crazy. Alright, we won a naval battle already. I don't know if that... Oh, that was against France. We sank 2 ships. Excellent. So he's got some forces. This is from Champagne. That's down in Anjou. So let's go ahead and send our 20,000 man army to go deal with them. We'll have our first major battle happening here. He's going to try to run. Hopefully we catch him before he does. We did. Feeling pretty good about our chances here. We've occupied those first 2 territories. Oh, he just sent reinforcements. Darn it. Okay. And there are more coming. That got ugly real fast. And now we lost. The Battle of Anjou. We lost. Ugh. Quite a bit. Alright, we've got to combine our forces. Oh, they're going to run into that army now, too. Alright, we've got a mission called the 100 Years' War. We get a permanent claim on the Ile-de-France area. That would be Paris. Permanent claim on the Champagne area. Let's go ahead and complete that. Right now, though, my main concern is combining my forces. I need to try and figure out a way to get them over there. I can't really at the moment. Alright, so we're going to start trying to get our forces closer to each other. He's got 32,000 men in one spot. If we can combine our forces, we'll have 42,000. It's just a matter of getting them together, and that means conquering territory between our 2 armies. Alright, I think we're going to get there. As soon as we take this territory, we can move, and we'll finally have all of our forces in one area. Then we can maybe force a decisive action against him. I just recruited some more. I got to get them out of there. No, don't go through the territory where the army is. The Battle of Dogger Bank. Looks like we took out 1 ship belonging to Champagne, but that was about it. Okay, we have completed that occupation. We've got to complete this one here. and then our combined forces can move against the French army. Hopefully we can win that battle. I'm actually going to forego any more of that siege in favor of moving our armies. Oh, it's not going to let me go that way? Are you kidding me? It's going to make me march all the way around because I haven't actually completed that conquest. That's crazy. Alright, I guess we're going to stay there until that's done. Okay, new technology for military power. I don't know if that allows any new... Oh, we do have some new options available to us. I don't know if that's going to instantly allow us to upgrade these Latin medieval infantries or not. That would be huge if we're able to do that. So let's go ahead. We've got a couple of different options here. Men-at-Arms. That's the infantry we want right here, because right now... And nothing new there. Alright. Does that automatically upgrade those? I don't remember exactly. Oh, it does. Excellent. Good news. Alright, we've begun the process of marching all the way around, and we just ran into a French army down here in southern France, which it looks like we're going to defeat, even with him sending reinforcements. But it's going to be bloody. And that's going to reduce our numbers significantly. And here he comes. We lost that battle? Oh. This is not going well at all so far. Just don't have the army to get it done, apparently. We're doing great with the Navy. Our Navy's winning battle after battle, sinking a lot of French ships. Okay, let's start pursuing the French. Now that we've made it to where we want to be, we'll start taking Anjou back. And hopefully we'll draw his army out. Enemy invasion imminent. Alright, well. Let's go deal with that force. Bye-bye. We've got 40,000 men in Anjou. We'll take them, and then we've got to try and find the French army. The problem is we've got to go back and retake all these territories we've lost just to make things even again. This is getting crazy expensive. We have a government reform available to us. If we curtail noble privileges, we're going to gain a tax modifier, but we're going to lose the influence of the nobility. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Just not feeling real great about this war with France right now. Even though we've got significantly more men than them, we've just got to find a way to defeat them in the field. Okay, we've got a new technology here. We're going to move up to basic financial instruments. Improves our trade range. We can now build coastal defenses, none of which really are of need to us right now. My main concern is winning this siege and defeating the French. Just taking forever. Okay, we're going to research national ideas. It's now March of 1461, and we now have an idea available to us. So there's a lot of ideas out there that are available. Of course, right now I'm very tempted to focus on something military-wise, just because we could really use it. But I feel like there's better ideas out there, so I'm going to look around a little bit. Possibly economic ideas might be the way to go. Well, France is offering us a white peace, which I'm going to decline because I feel like we're finally getting the upper hand in this thing. We're also going to send 2,000 men to try and relieve the siege of Cork, and he's running because he knows he can't beat me. Well, maybe he can. Jeez. The good news is we reduced his forces. The bad news is we lost the battle. Right now we're laying siege here. We've taken all this other territory around here. So that's why I say I feel like we're getting the upper hand. Once I win this siege, I can probably take Paris next. And that hopefully will push things in a favorable direction, if I have any money left by that point. Alright, let's see if we can hit this guy again now that we've got the manpower to do it. Looks like we've got him this time. We do. So we've defeated that force now, and we've also won this siege here, which is going to allow us to move forward toward Valois. We're also laying siege to Paris. We lost a siege in Aachen. That hurts a little bit, but I can't really get at them over there right now. Alright, let's see if we can force a major action here. There's a 14,000 man French army. We have mostly cavalry. Oh, he's running. It figures. I've got 15,000 men in Paris laying siege right now. We're just going to continue to take whatever we can. Try to negotiate. So we're still, even with all of this, we're only at 6%, even though we're conquering large swaths of French territory. And they just took Calais back, but that's not a huge deal. Alright, we caught up with a 16,000 man French army with 32,000 of our own troops. So let's see if we can win this victory. He's got 14,000 on the way, but hopefully we will have inflicted enough damage. Oh, maybe not. The siege of Paris is over, but I don't think I'm going to get my other troops up there in time to be able to help out in that battle. We didn't, but that's okay. We're going to combine these forces, and then we'll come back at the French while he lays siege to Paris again. Okay, so once again, big advantage to start in terms of the numbers, but not necessarily a good advantage in terms of morale, and he's got 14,000 more men on the way. Hopefully, he's going to win. But we inflicted some pretty heavy losses. So let's let our morale build back up a little bit, and then we're just going to hit him again. We've got a lot of manpower. We can replace these losses. Well, maybe not. We're down to 2,000. Well, he retook Paris, but we caught up with a part of his army, and we've got full morale. So I think this is going to be a nice victory for us. We inflicted some pretty heavy losses on the French. We'll once again lay siege to Paris. Hopefully we can take it back quickly, but boy, this is so expensive and so bloody and totally not worth it. We finally retaken Paris. Meanwhile, he's retaken pretty much everything. So let's go for his army. Try to hit them before they can escape. Hopefully we can get a nice victory and drive down his manpower significantly. And of course his other army showed up in time to defeat us. I'm going to go ahead and invest in new technology. Arquebus. We can now build barracks. I think we need to accept the fact that this war is just not going to result the way we'd like it to. I think we're going to have to sue for... Oh, they will actually accept a peace where we can take some territory. Let's do it. Awesome. So we did get something out of this. It wasn't much, but it gained us some territory. So in the end, we can at least hold our heads high and say we accomplished something. All right, we're going to spend some of our points here to make our new territory a core. I also spent down to reduce the war exhaustion. Our stability's good. It's at the max of 3. So actually everything's going pretty well despite the ugliness of that. We do have some issues down here in the east that I'm really not too concerned about. Honestly, if there were a way for me to release some of those territories, I probably would. I just can't. I think we're going to go ahead and build a little barracks somewhere where we've got a nice manpower modifier like Hampshire. We do need to start getting our manpower back up. We're only gaining 673 each month, and that's not even enough to rebuild the current army that I've got. Alright, I'm going to try to release these African provinces. I honestly just don't desire to hold on to them anyway. And it's less things that I got to worry about revolting against me later. So we're going to do that. I don't know if I can return the ones that are currently taken. It looks like I cannot because I don't control them, but that's less to worry about. I'm going to hang on to Sicily and the territories that I control in Italy. But elsewhere, I'm pretty content to let some things go. Don't think I can release either of those. I can't. Gallipoli, I can't release. And everything else I kind of want to hang on to. Okay, so we are at 1467. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. As always, I greatly desire the input of the community here to help me along. It's been a long time since I've played through a series on EU4, so I know I've got a long way to go in making sure that I'm keeping an eye on everything that I need to. So let me know your suggestions in the comment section below, and we'll be back in a few days with another episode. Thanks for watching.